Okay, hello everybody. I'm Brian, and this is AAMI News and Conversation, the show about all the new things happening over at AAMI and why it's relevant to you. I'm here today with two faces that you probably recognize almost immediately, Danielle McGeary and Herman McKenzie, faces at AAMI Exchange almost every year for quite a while. So guys, welcome. And really quickly, can you tell me who you are and why we're here today, Danielle? I feel like no introduction is needed, but do please go ahead.
Hi, I'm Danielle McGeary. I'm Amy's Vice President of Healthcare Technology Management.
And Herman.
Hi, Herman McKenzie. I've been on the Amy board. My appointment just ended, but I've been working with Amy for the longest.
For sure. And Herman, you were previously a director over at the Joint Commission, and I think that's pretty relevant to what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about a new course called the Building a Better MEMP with EQ56, Practical QMS Tools for HTM Professionals. And that is a lot of acronyms and a short title, but really what it comes down to is medical equipment management programs and how to really make those more appealing to surveyors and auditors. Do I have that right?
So, I think, in the past few years, or even for a while, quality management standards have really been the buzz. You've heard of things like 1345, 14971, and the FDA has some new QSRs out as well. But it's a lot of information, and it's really a lot for HTM professionals to understand, and really how to tie that back to ensuring that your medical equipment management plan is vested in quality and having those checks and balances and really working that all in. So I'm really excited about this class because it really takes a fundamental aspect of quality, and we're going to break that down. We'll get rid of everything in those quality standards that you don't need to know and really delve into how you can really embellish your existing medical equipment management plan and be as ready as possible for your next audit.
So and that really leads back to me, Danielle. I'm on the outside looking in here. I don't really know what your average medical equipment management program looks like. Herman, from the auditor's point of view, what do auditors normally look for in a management equipment program?
Great question. So let's start from the basics. What we want to make sure is that you're managing medical equipment that's providing life saving, is providing diagnosis, therapy. You are dealing with patients. So the patients are at the core of what we deal with. And so we want to make sure that we have an administrative program set up to make sure that we're managing the inventory of equipment that we have, that we're not just a break fix shop. There's so many things that tie from the use of medical equipment. You have updates, you have maintenance problems, you have maintenance issues, all those things. So a great administrative plan, medical equipment management plan, and we're going to use the shorthand going forward, right? MEMP. A great MEMP is necessary for HTM leaders to manage their programs.
This leads me to think that, okay, so is approaching things from the medical equipment management programming perspective, that MEMP, is that the best way to start improving the operations of your department? Is that really why you're diving in on this course?
Definitely, definitely. When accreditors come in, and it's not, so let me say this up front. This is not just teaching to the test, right? So we're not just doing this because accreditors are looking for this document. This is the document that helps shape and guide how you establish, you run, and even outsiders, for those who you support, they can look and see how you are establishing and running your HTM department. And then also, it's a reminder for you. It's a reminder for your staff. It's the guidebook, right? It's the guidebook for how we're going to run your HTM department.
And I love that you said that, Herman, because we don't do it just because it's required. We do it because it's the right thing to do. And having a strong MEMP rooted in quality produces better outcomes with medical equipment. And having safer and functioning medical equipment helps patient outcomes, which ultimately saves lives. And that's why we're there to ensure that every piece of equipment that touches a patient in a hospital is safe for them to use and also helps improve patient throughput, improves the quality of care that providers can give, and that we ensure that it's functioning as it should when it should, because that's what's critical. And at the end of the day, there are lives at stake, and we need to make sure that those foundational items are there and in place.
Oh, that's great. And this ties also to the AAMI standards document, EQ56. It is mentioned in the course description and everything, and I don't want that to throw people off. Danielle, they don't need to have EQ56 to take this course, do they?
No, you do not have to have a copy of EQ56. For those who aren't aware of what EQ56 is, it is a AAMI and ANSI, which stands for American National Standards Institute. It's an accreditation that we hold in an organization that accredits standards development organizations. That's what AAMI is. And it really goes through the fundamentals of what a medical equipment management plan should include and what it should do. And we just updated it in 2024, and it did take a huge emphasis in quality, having a quality management plan embedded within your medical equipment management plan. And that's really what spawned this course. So it's really putting those things together and marrying them. And that's what Herman does best, right? Herman, who needs no introduction, I'm sure, but everyone knows he's a regulatory expert and a standards interpretation expert. So Herman is going to really break that down in this class. And I just feel very fortunate that Herman wants to teach this class with Amy, because I think it can really help HTM professionals all across the country really lock in those MEMPs and really make them and really take them to that next level.
Thanks, Danielle. I was so pleased when I was asked to participate in this project. For those of you who are familiar with me, you know that my passion is helping those in the HTM field through the accreditation process, help shepherd them through the highs, the lows, the questions. And so having started my career in healthcare in HTM, this is definitely a passion project for me.
Absolutely. Well, Danielle, Herman, thank you again for joining me today to talk about this. It sounds like a great course. I'm looking forward to seeing it pop off and repeat again and again. So I appreciate you guys taking the time.